Okay, guys, it is day 17 of the search for little Cleo Smith. Little Cleo disappeared 17 days ago, sometime during the night between the hours of 1:30 and 6:30, and this is an update of how things have been going so far. Um, One of the updates is the police have, they've said a few things. They've said, of course, they haven't found Cleo, her sleeping bag, or her clothes. They also mentioned that they haven't even found a footprint. That's interesting to me that they said that. Not knowing what kind of terrain was in the area, you would think maybe you would have a footprint to go by at least, but they're saying no on that front. The cops are now checking landfills, and I'm not sure if that's what you call it in Australia. I know instead of trash, you say rubbish, so maybe it's a rubbish dump. Anyway, they're checking those for a 500 kilometer radius from the campground. They have said also they have spoken to everyone that was staying in the campground, which was like 100 odd people. So they've spoken to everybody that was staying. Now, they have said there were people that were just visiting that they haven't spoken to. I'm assuming maybe like people that had come to fish. I know it was close to the water and, maybe hike, things of that nature, but weren't actually staying in the campground. They did state also now that they're using software and searching the dark web. I thought that was just awesome that they have that capability. So I guess if anybody if somebody has taken her and they're trying to either sell her or make films that are ungodly inappropriate, that facial recognition software would catch, something like that. Let's pray that that's not the case. They've also stated that there are 10 to 20 SOs, and I hope you know what SO means. I don't want to say the word, it'll get you flagged, I think. But 10 to 20 SOs in the area of the campground. They're saying that, they're currently still going through them, and they're using CCTV footage of the area to see if any of them, I guess, would show up in the area. And I'm assuming since there's still no suspects that hasn't happened so far. Also, I wanted to say something about the effort that they've put into this. It's just mind-boggling how much and how fast they have done to search for this little girl. The Australian government has really impressed me. They had a helicopter in the air looking 2 hours after the call was sent in. They've used all kinds of technology to help, from thermal drones to software that I'm assuming can tell who's calling out from, a certain location. I guess it'll identify the cell phones and the activity in the area. That's really impressive. And not to mention, the $1 million reward went up like poof out of fast. It's fast. And, that's a lot of money to get approved that fast. I'm really impressed with the Australian government's handling so far. From all the law enforcement, the military, they've had so many people involved to find this little girl. So I just wanted to say that, because sometimes it seems like in these cases that, you can Monday morning quarterback it and think, well, they should have done this, they should have done that. But it seems like they were really on the ball, like straight out of the gates. I had a couple little side notes. I did see that the biological father has been questioned and apparently ruled out. About him, from what I've learned, he seems to be a deadbeat. So I'm thinking a deadbeat like that who doesn't even want to be in his daughter's life probably isn't going to be abducting them anyway. You know, I have a real low tolerance for those kind of guys. They make us all look bad as men. Um, Couple little footnotes for what it's worth. I found out that Cleo's mother's a beautician and her stepdad works in the mining industry, which, not saying anything, but you know, if you wanted to hide some evidence, that would be a great profession to have access to areas where you could put things and they'd never be found. Okay. And also, I want to say, you know, from my other video I made and things, I have a big suspicion about the mother. And it's kind of gotten me in turmoil with myself because it seems like the police are really trying to push away from that idea that the mother or the stepfather were involved. But I was thinking about it, and you know, they're saying now that they're really leaning toward it being a crime of opportunity. And I thought to myself, because I've talked to people, I've seen a lot of things in my comments, and from what I understand, they got to the campground pretty late, and I've even seen some people state it was already dark. Okay, so for it to be a crime of opportunity seems like a really hard sell, because who would have seen her? Apparently, as soon as they got there, almost she was put to bed. How much opportunity was there for someone to even know she was there? Just asking. If you have any thoughts about that, you know, or if you think, hey, you're way off base and you have, you know, something you want to share, let me know. Leave the comments. And that's my update. Let's all say a prayer for Cleo, that God brings her home safe and happy and all that good stuff. Thanks.